what was told to me was this. They said, do you know why the CCP has zero COVID? Zero COVID, of course, being Xi Jinping's policy dictating that there shall be no cases of COVID. If someone gets COVID, they lock down everything. Imagine if in New York City, if a single person gets COVID-19, they lock down 3 city blocks. Imagine if one person in Queens got COVID and they took the entire district, maybe Astoria or Jackson Heights, and they welded people's doors shut and locked them in their buildings. That's what the CCP was doing. Now, of course, what that did was kept the virus localized. It killed a lot of people. Sometimes people didn't have food. They couldn't leave. They burned alive in their homes. And that was basically how the CCP was dealing with COVID. Now, why would the CCP have a zero COVID policy? Why would Chinese Communist Party leaders institute a policy that is so damaging to the average person? Well, according to what I was told, the simple answer is fear. They are legitimately terrified of COVID, CCP leadership. And why is that? Because a lot of the Chinese leadership has had organ transplants. Now, I've talked before about the organ transplant industry in China. Now, keep in mind something that I haven't totally explained before. Chinese medicine is based very heavy on organ health. In fact, if you read Chinese medicine, a lot of it's about different foods or medicines that treat specific organs. They will talk about different illnesses as being basically imbalances within the different organs of the body. And so they'll try to supplement those organs in different ways to bring harmony back to the body. Now, if you think that organ health is believed to be one of the main causes of normal, health overall, but if you're unhealthy, one of the main causes of illnesses, they will attribute most normal illnesses to specific organs that might be reacting differently to things. Now, understand what that means. That means if Chinese Communist Party officials in the West, when we think organ transplants, we think you've had heart failure, you've had liver failure, you've had kidney failure, and you need a new organ, right? You're going to die if you don't get it. For Chinese Communist Party leaders, getting a new organ is as simple as pushing a button and pulling a body off the shelf, right? I mean, a living person, but a body nonetheless. They have the person killed, they take the organ, hey, good as new. They have their, as far as they're concerned, basically resolved what could have been a long-term health problem. They don't care about killing people. They don't care about the long-term, they don't care about the consequences of that. The human suffering element means nothing to them, right? Now, what does that mean? It means a very large number of Chinese Communist Party members and leaders in particular have had organ transplants. Now, why do organ transplants matter in the context of what we're talking about with COVID-19? A very simple, and especially the zero lockdown policy, a very simple answer. If you get an organ transplant, your body will reject the organ unless you take a specific medication called an anti-rejection drug. What do anti-rejection drugs do? They suppress your immune system. Because it is your immune system that will reject the organ. They need to suppress the immune system, shut down the immune system basically, right? And you're basically dependent then on the medical industry. For Chinese Communist Party leaders, that's not a big deal. They think health problems are related to organ health. If they contract a new illness, they'll just get a new dang organ. Chinese medicine would suggest the cause based on organs of most modern diseases. You contract something, you're going to die from it, get a new organ, good as new. They don't care about being immunocompromised, but they are terrified of things like this. Because again, they have no immune system. COVID for them is like the Black Plague. It's like the Grim Reaper knocking door to door, right? They are legitimately terrified of COVID. That is the reason why they have zero COVID. And that's also the reason why, frankly, they're dying right now. I based on my analysis, why CCP leadership is dying right now, and many more will very likely die, is because, folks, they're immunocompromised. They got no immune systems. and they can't keep the genie in the bottle anymore. The CCP model is failing before our eyes, and maybe the CCP as well.